What's going on, YouTube family? Welcome back to another video of Pips and Points. I'm your host Jono, and today we're going to be talking about the NAS100. We're also going to be looking at Euro USD. That's doing some interesting stuff right now, so we're going to look at that, especially from where we left off yesterday. It is looking interesting. That's the least I could say about that, and we're going to go into that to cover that whole situation, what's going on there. And then finally we're going to finish off with US dollar and Canadian dollar. So we're just going to finish up on that. And you know what, to be fair, I think I'm actually going to bring in another pair, right? Another pair just to support that, because the USD and the Canadian dollar, I think I'm going to be very quick with that one. It's just going to be in and out. So at the moment I don't know what I'm going to be bringing in, but we'll bring that in when we're near there. Okay, so NAS100, what has been going on? Well, last night, the video that we did, this was the situation it was looking at. So this was the situation it was looking at, and you wanted to see if it was going to break, and I was saying that I was worried about this particular area over here, right? And now obviously I mentioned that I wanted it to push down so I could grab some more. Well, if we was to zoom out now, you see exactly what's going on. Look at it now. It is pushing down, right? And I've already brought in my trailing stop. So my trailing stop is locked in here somewhere. So my trailing stop is about this level. Not trailing stop, sorry, my pending order. Pending order is what I meant to say. Pending order. I've locked it in about this little spot, and I'm going to be dragging that pending order down. The lower it falls, the lower I pull that pending order down until until like it's ready to bounce up and trigger. So that's where I've got that at the moment. And also look at this weird little shape that we're getting with the NAS, right? So it's gone into a little channel, like but a falling wedge. So at some point it's going to push up, so which basically means that what I'm holding from here, right, so these two levels over here, I need to expect to, the red is seriously hurting right now. I kid you not, it is hurting. But like I said, I was too premature when I jumped in, and it gave me a bit of a spike up, and now it's coming back down. So I've got to protect all of that, and also look for new opportunities as well. So that's what's going on here at the moment in regards to the NAS. I mean, it is, you wouldn't want to be me right now. Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't want to be me at all. Wait, let me make sure I've got the right one. Let me just zoom in closer so we can bring these dollar signs a little bit. Yes, bring in about that. Let's make it yellow. Add a bit of color in here as well. And these are all the areas. This is like the rough area where basically I've made purchases, right? And this is where I've actually got a pending order right now. So let me put one in there and put another one in there. A pending order. Now I'm hoping that that pending order will actually trigger, just because these stops are so huge. So depending, it might not trigger. So I probably need to, because literally, I mean, I am really risking a lot here on this trade. I kid you not. I am breaking all the rules of the textbook in terms of what not to do with a trade, and I'm breaking them all just to keep this trade alive. So I just figured I'd be honest with you in regards to that. And this chart is looking hella messy right now. It's looking hella messy. Okay, so what do we got going on here? What do we have? Okay, so it's still falling. So where do I think, how far do I think it's gonna go? Well, at this point, this is a golden area to grab the NAS on. So anywhere here is a fantastic location. So if I was just to draw a little box, you see exactly what I mean. So anywhere, the lower you get it, the better, but anywhere in this zone is a perfect opportunity to pick up some NAS, right? And once again, this is not financial advice. This is not financial advice. Please do your own research, okay? And also subscribe to the channel. So anywhere in this zone, the lower it falls, the better it is. And why do I say in this zone right now? Because look, I'm going to point something out to you so at least you guys can see what's going on. Alright, so we've got the standard channel that the NAS normally goes in, right? But this is a new channel that is formed. It's a new channel that is formed, and to be fair, I just noticed it as I started this video. I just noticed it just now, and this is it right here. So if I made this thicker, made this a little bit thicker, so if we made this 2, and we also made this another 2, well, let's say 3, so it's unison, right? You can see that it is indeed in the channel. So this is not something that I'm making up, this is where it is right now, okay? And this channel is now intersecting with this channel over here, and it's now broken through this channel right here. So it's broken through. So what it could most likely do is it could bounce from where it is because it's close to this channel, or it could just come down here and then either break up from here and start its journey up to the upside. It could actually do that. It could actually do that right now, okay? And this journey to the upside will be fantastic. Like literally, this is what we could be looking at right now in regards to the journey to the upside, what it could do. But this is where balls of steel is required, is necessary. Balls of steel is needed because literally you're in a bad spot, you want to run off, but you know, if you're able to hold, your reward will be beautiful. So this is all I can see right now in regards to the NAS. Once again, this is not financial advice. Please do your own research. Seek a financial advisor. They'll be able to tell you what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. So seek a financial advice if you need help, and also subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell. These are all 3 things you could do to help support the growth of this channel, because I believe I'm dropping you guys gems. I mean, look what we got going on here. I mean, let me even highlight it even better. So we just actually no, let me just do this. Right. Look at that. This is what we got going on right here. This is what we got going on right now. Come on, guys. I mean, I've done it all for you. Do you know what I mean? I've done it all for you because I care. Right? So just drop us a like, drop us a hit the notification bell, and hit the subscription button. For every person that watches the video, there should at least be that correlation number in the sub. For just dropping some gems over, because you know this is a gem. This is an absolute gem. This is a gem. You know it's a gem. I know it's a gem, right? But anyways, that's that. So now we're going to go and look at Euro USD, see what's going on there. All right. So Euro USD. Remember, I was saying if you cross this line right here, we was going to do a purchase, and I didn't trust this whole thing because I believed it was going to come back down to here. And remember, I also drew this this trend line. So I drew this trend line over here to say that if it breaks above the trend line, then that is a confirmation to let me know that okay, cool, it just might want to do its trajectory up. But if you look, it touched the trend line, and it's now back here down here again. So which basically tells me there's a very good chance that Euro USD is going to make its way down here, down to this zone, right? And how long it takes to get there, only God knows. Like literally, it could get there in a couple of hours, or we could get there in a couple of days, or we could get there in a couple of weeks, right? So you're gonna have to weigh this out. But ideally, if it breaks below this price down here, so if it breaks below 111, I'll be considering short positions all the way up to 1.07, right? that would be my play on that if it did that. Okay, so in the meantime, I was right to be worried about it, and I'm glad I stayed out, and I'm also glad it was documented, so you can watch yesterday's video and you can hear everything I said about this particular situation in regards to how I felt about it. I looked at it and I was like, I know it's done that, but it still looks dodgy. It still doesn't look right. And look at it, it's come all the way back down again, and look, it's broken through. It looks like it's about to break through the second trend. So it looks like it's about to, yeah, so it's close. Let me make sure this is correct. So make sure this trend, and bearing in mind the trend doesn't have to be exactly just how I like to draw it, and I like to make decisions when it's exact, but it doesn't actually have to be exact. So it hasn't broken anything at this point. Hasn't broken anything. It's on its way down, and it might just touch it and bounce back up, or it just might make its way all the way down to the bottom side. But like I say, once it breaks through this little level right here, which I believe is a fib level of 1.11, then at that point I will consider it's going all the way down. I would look for a short position. I might actually not even take a short position. I might just even wait until it reaches all the way down to 1.07, and then look for long buys and just set the buys up and just forget about them and leave them there for however weeks, months or whatever until it reaches TP, literally, and just forget about it. So that's my plan for that one there. Yes, I know a lot of people like really short term, but with me, I don't trade that style at all. I'm kind of in it for a while, a good while. Hence why I was still in the NAS, which is beating me up right now, but I believe we're gonna make some miracles happen. So finally, we're gonna look at, well, not finally, we're gonna look at US dollar against Canadian dollar. So we're going to look at that, okay, and that is heading to where I believe it was going to go. So let me just zoom in close and see what we've got going on here. Okay, well, I did say it's going to bounce off this level, right? And it is looking like it's bouncing off this level. I've done 2 trend lines just to track the overall movement as to where it's going and how it's doing it. So I've obviously, we've got a trend line up here, we've got a trend line over there. It doesn't really have any like major purpose. It's just, I just like to hold everything in confined spaces just to help me figure out what direction it's moving in. So at this point right here, we can see that we've got somewhat of a mini uptrend, but not a solid confirmed uptrend. The reason why it's not a solid confirmed uptrend is because this was the last high, which was up here, and this is the most recent high down here. So a lower high, a lower high, and a lower high, and a higher high. So this whole thing is still a downtrend, but we need this to keep pushing through, break through this trend line, and keep pushing through and at least break up here for us to consider that an uptrend. But before it is even considered an uptrend, I would have taken a position already, because I would have been confident that it's going to carry on in this direction at least up to TP, at which point it would have confirmed itself as an uptrend. So I would have got in before it confirmed itself as an uptrend. That's another thing that that obviously is also not textbook. It's just, I just go with the gut feeling in terms of how I trade. So it's more of an art for me than it actually is a science. You know, and there are obviously the basic due diligence of things that you should be looking out for when you're trading, i.e. buying low and selling high. It's funny how so many people get that concept wrong, like literally. And even when I started doing this, right, I would get that concept wrong too. Which is selling high and buying low. It is literally what this game is all about. This whole thing is all about, you sell here, you buy here, you sell here, you buy here. That's it. That is it. So in this situation, we can see where it is. So we've got a higher low here, and this is the most recent higher low, which is over here. So it makes sense to put in a buy position over here to ride it. So it makes a sense to make a buy position at 1.25. This is the region that it makes sense to grab something in. And once again, this is not financial advice. You're gonna have to do your own research. And I'm not a financial advisor. Please subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, drop a like on the video if you find the content useful, right? So I personally would not want to take a trade at this level, because I want my trade for this particular asset pair, I would want it down here. If it's not down here, this whole thing does not make sense to me. There is no point. There isn't enough pips in it for it to make sense to me, so I'll be out. But however, there are people out there that would ride this wave, hence why I'm calling it out. If you haven't seen it, I'm not sure how many times I've said this already, but I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. Please subscribe. Alright, so it's pretty clear what's going on here with US dollar, Canadian dollar. It's quite clear. It's a no-brainer. You don't have to be Einstein to look at this and analyze it, especially once you take it to your charts and look at it. It should make sense once you obviously you do that. So the next thing that we're going to look at now is USD and the Japanese yen. Okay. This one is interesting. This one is interesting because I've literally left this for a little while, and I can see that my drawings, it's kind of made sense and not made sense at the same time. I'm trying to think how I would correct this. Okay, so and you know what's funny? This is still an uptrend. So this is still an uptrend. It's not a downtrend at all. Looking at the pullback, you could easily get led to think that this is a potential downtrend, but it actually is still an uptrend. I'm trying to figure out how I would actually play this, and because what you could say, right, what you could say, and don't quote me on this, what you could say is this could be the second part of a head and shoulders, right? So this is the head right here. This is the first shoulder that is made, and it's about to complete the second shoulder with what it does on this side right here before it comes down. But it's too early to tell. So in this situation here, I think I would wait. Unless if you guys disagree, and like I said, there is the comment box right there where you could post your comments in regards to if my assessment in this area is correct, because like I said, this looks like it could be the middle stages of a head and shoulders, where it's about to complete the final shoulder before it pulls down into an area that I would consider a reasonable spot to make a purchase from. Okay. So that is an interesting location as well. is it interesting? Let me see if another one will confirm it. The alignment. Aha. Ooh. So we have this alignment running straight through that coincides with this location over here. This is the area of where it's converted on itself. Let me expand this a bit more to see what it could actually do. Well. I think I'll wait. We'll see what happens. I think I'll wait and we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens in this situation, because as it stands right now, I would go with my first thought that this is about to complete the second part of the head and shoulders, but do not quote me on that. And for that reason and that reason alone, I'll be looking for a sell option, sell orders at this level. But I could be very wrong. But I'll be looking at sell positions from up here, from 114.48 and 116.332. Within that zone, I'll be looking for sell. So where it is right now, I'll be looking for a sell, and my stops will always be above 116.79 in that region. That's what I'll be looking for. But however, I have to be brutally honest, this is an uptrend. It's not a downtrend, it's an uptrend. So if you was to sell in, you're selling against the trend. But because of what I've seen here and what I'm seeing here, I'm now making an assumption that this is going to be a head and shoulders. But like I said, don't quote me on this, right? Me personally, I'll be waiting. But however, if you go and do the research on your end, do all the little fiddly parts, do all the checks and everything else, all the exciting things that we do, and certain things make sense to you, by all means, you know what I mean, always trust your gut. I mean, that's what I do. I always trust my gut in this situation. Hence why a lot of these indicators are always off, because I'm like, if I can't figure it out, I'm damn sure not going to let anything tell me what to do. Tell me, oh, this is what needs to be done because it's gone this way and that. No. I've got eyes. I've got eyes, and I can read the numbers. I should be able to figure out where everything is if I take my time. And a lot of the times, most of the assessments that I've made on this channel is actually panned out to be correct. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's panned out to be too correct for its own good. For example, the NAS situation. I wanted it to pull down so I could get in and then obviously head up, but it looks like it just wants to come down. Like look at it now. It's mate, it is 15,200, 15. Mate, yeah. NAS, please, man, just go up already, man. Go up. But we'll see. We shall see. So on that note, my friends, my awesome people, thank you very much for coming over, watching another episode of Pips and Points. I appreciate you all. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, drop a comment, and turn on the notification. So until then, have yourself a good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. See you tomorrow, where we're going to be talking more pips and more points, and hopefully you would have made some pips and possibly some points, providing you're not using a demo account. So thank you guys. You've all been awesome. You've been a big blessing. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.